Thank you so much for taking the time to interview me today.
Why do you want to teach?
I really have a passion for really being in the classroom, and I have a passion for kids as well. And I think it is such an interesting experience to see their growth from the first of the year all the way to the end of the year. And I like being a part of the next generation and teaching them the things they need to know. It's just always something I've been proud to do.
What is your educational background and experience?
Well, I went to Simpson College over in Indianola, Iowa, and that is my educational background. We were in the classroom at the first semester, freshman year, and that is something I'm really proud to say because I know not a lot of schools do that. Um, that, on top of my practicum experience that I've had, as well as my student teaching experience that I've had, makes my experience pretty well rounded, I would like to say. And even before college and in high school, I got to be a part of the program as I took some college courses in high school. And finally, I was also a daycare provider at the YMCA, and that's really is where I got my start with providing care to children.
What are your thoughts on curriculum-based teaching?
I'm lucky enough to have had experience throughout my student teaching and my practicum experience with curriculum based teaching to say that while there are pros, there are also cons to it. Um, I really enjoy the way things are set out. Sometimes I feel as first year teachers, some of us may get a little bit lost in all the things that we need to do, and that provides a great overview of things we need to do. At the same time, they can be extremely specific, and that at that point I am concerned that kids don't get the ability to really truly differentiate within your classroom and be able to teach those kids who are behind or are ahead. And I do enjoy it, but like I said before, there are cons to it.
How do you differentiate instruction for all students?
I always am thinking about different ways to pair up my students. I really like allowing my students to work in groups as it provides a great collaboration within the classroom, and I believe that it actually brings the classroom closer than they would have if they were all just working on worksheets. That is one way I differentiate. I differentiate through my grouping. A couple of off the hand ways I differentiate through grouping is having a kid who might be a little bit ahead, and then a couple other kids who are right on average, and then a kid who is technically considered behind. I feel that that's a great way to allow the students to grow because they're teaching other students, and at the same time the other students can learn from the other one, and it works really well in my experience. Another way I differentiate is through the data that I take, and that of course connects to the one before as well. But those are just two of the ways I differentiate through grouping. And then of course I differentiate with my activities and the different lessons that I do.
What are your thoughts on collaboration?
I love collaboration. As I mentioned before, I think that it brings people together pretty closely. So I love the fact that your school has a great PLC program and professional learning community, if you guys don't use that term. And I just believe truly that working together combines ideas, and that gives you the best possible idea pool to pull from. So if I just had my ideas, then I would be going just off of my decisions and my learning, which is awesome. But on top of that, somebody else might have had a different experience than I have had, and it's great to get to talk with them every week and communicate fully on what's going on within your classroom and sharing those experiences. And I just think it's a great way, especially for first year teachers just coming into the job, to meet people, make friends, do different things, and really become a part of the community.
Well, thank you, Miss Winter. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time.